All right, welcome back. Sadly, Ryan McCaffrey decided to get left behind in Dallas. So now I, John Ryan, am here with Jose Otero.
Hi, hello.
The ineffable gentleman that he is going to be my new driving buddy.
I am, and I love how you've been hitchhiking different editors on this digital trip across the United States.
Oh, it's been excellent.
Yeah.
It's been so good. Marty, by far, took the longest to elect to get out of the car.
Of course.
Because I'm such an irritating person to drive with for
In
hours.
classic Sleva fashion, he is, it took him a while, but it's all good.
It's all right. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, McCaffrey had some stuff he wanted to do around Dallas, and I didn't feel like sticking around Texas for a while. So now we're on our way to New Orleans.
Got it. Okay, so so this is a really important game for Ubisoft this year, right?
It's a very new direction that they're trying to take it in.
Okay.
It's an MMO, but it's an arcade racer. It's a fine-tuning racer as well. You know, you can really pick and choose all your car parts, customization, everything cool that you would want to tweak in a car. You can. You're not going to experience the real heavy like sim elements like you would in a Forza game. However, you won't like lose tire pressure.
Sure.
You know, you'll notice if I slam into this guy right here like that, my hood's all screwed up. And in a few seconds, it'll actually heal up, and you can see that the damage will be entirely gone.
Cars powered by Wolverine's healing factor. I love it. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Cars
so
that resurrect themselves on the road. Super handy. You can see it even looks a little bit better now. Uh-oh.
Well, and especially if you're someone who likes to drive, like this is kind of a game that's giving you multiple ways to do that, but in a way that's continuous, right? I mean, we're used to playing racing games where you race on different tracks, you go to Laguna Seca, you learn the course, but that's more of the sim aspect of it. And some arcade racers try to play with it too, but I do like the concept of like an open road driving
it's really
style
been
game.
phenomenal. Because, you know, I did a little bit of work on Forza 5 here at IGN on our Wikis team last year when it came out on Xbox One, and I thought it was a really impressive game. But racing games like that, I just can't really get into. I can't drive fast and turn to the left over and over and over again.
Sure. Yeah, no, there's definitely an art form to that style of racing game, and if you're someone who appreciates that, and that's I was about to ask you, do I have to take a license test or anything? Like, it'd be great if you start out and you're in with the driving instructor who's telling you, turn left here, stop at the stop sign.
God, that'd be terrible. No, in this they just kind of pitch you right into it. There's a little bit of story and exposition that they'll put you through. Because there is an overarching story.
Wait, what's the story exactly? I mean, are we in a rush? Was there only pancakes on the West Coast and we went to go get it? Something like that?
No, the whole plan is that you're working with the FBI to infiltrate a motorist club, an evil gang full of driving car people.
Just like an episode of Baywatch.
Exactly.
We are totally figuring.
This is McCaffrey and I were talking as we drove towards Dallas about Knight Rider, and it very much feels like an episode of that.
So there is the David Hasselhoff connection for you, ladies and gentlemen.
But the whole premise is that you get together with a bunch of other racers who are also trying to bring down the 510s, who's the name of the gang. And so then you form with other people online.
The 510s, you
crew. The 510s, yeah.
The 510s.
And their like hierarchy is all based on kinds of engines.
It'd be great if they were based on review scores. I'm sorry. The 510s. There we go.
5 to 10.
All right. Not bad. All right. And so right now, was that really?
Yeah,
Can you hit one?
No.
I missed it. I blinked.
No, you can't hit deers. You can't hit people, which is for the best, I think.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, that's what you have Grand Theft Auto for. And, it's a different style of game where this is more, definitely feels like more, or at least it seems more like an arcade style game. So it's interesting because I played this game, an early preview build, I want to say last year, right after starting at IGN and right before Gamescom. And the one thing that was a little weird at the time for me was that it was very much... It didn't feel as responsive as it should have felt. Like, it felt a little bit like driving on ice. Is that completely resolved so far in this closed beta? How does it feel to you?
In the beta, which, to be fair, it still has a ways to go. There's still a few months until release in November. The driving does not feel like I'm driving on ice at all. It feels very responsive. Each class of car has its own unique feel to it. So, like, if this is a dirt style car right now. So this is actually... I'm not supposed to be driving on the
preferred off-road material.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
And it, you can feel it accordingly. Like, this handles a little bit poorly on the street turns. Like, it still handles very well. But whoops-a-daisy.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Not to worry about it. Not to worry. Don't worry about it.
What are you doing, man?
I'm being a dangerous, reckless driver.
I can see that. All right, I will not get in a real car.
But no, the driving feels very, very solid in this.
Okay, very cool.
I was worried it was going to be Watch Dogs-y. Now, I thought Watch Dogs' driving mechanic worked, you know, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the collisions were a little bit, you know, laughable. When you just kind of like punk and ding off of other cars.
Sure, sure.
But I think it works really. Oh, the Superdome!
Oh, wow.
Look at that. We made it to New Orleans.
Okay.
Sorry,
I've been here. I've actually been here in real life. Oh, man, that guy's not going to like you.
No, he's not.
Neither is this van.
You been to the Superdome?
No, but I've been to New Orleans. I haven't been to the Superdome, but I wish I had gotten a little bit more of the lay of the land. This was years ago. I want to say like 10 years ago. I went to visit a family who was in Louisiana, and I took a cross-country bus trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is insane. I don't think anyone, if you're watching this, should ever do it because
I would not want to. I would want to drive on my own, but I would not want to take a bus.
Yeah, you make stops every couple cities, and you got to get off the bus and grab your stuff, and then you got to. Well, at least that's how it was a couple, 10 years ago, and it was so bad. It was a little more than 10 years ago, but anyway, I was in New Orleans for only like, I don't know, a few hours because we were on our way to, I want to say the Midwest, but for whatever reason, it started a trip along the East Coast and then would sort of go out towards the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here we are on the French Quarter of New Orleans.
Have you been to New Orleans?
I have not. I really want to go someday.
Yeah.
But I remember playing through this section in Left 4 Dead 2. Does that count?
Okay. I don't know how factual they need to be for that game.
I'm guaranteeing you not factual.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Marty's been in the car with you. Ryan's been in the car with you.
Yep.
Have either of them noticed real places that they've been to and how accurate it's been? Like, what's that
when
been
we
like
were
so far?
when we were in Las Vegas, both Marty and I were kind of baffled at how well they nailed down the
Really?
feeling. Not so much, idyllic locales. Like, they had the game versions of all the big casinos and stuff.
Okay.
But it really did feel like the Vegas Strip. But to be fair, New Orleans is obviously not this small a city.
No, yeah.
But Vegas really is one road.
Okay.
And so, going through to Vegas, it didn't feel like anything.
Yeah.
Now let's go check out Miami here.
Got it. Oh, look, Cape Canaveral's to the north.
Ooh, we can hit that on the way north in the next episode.
Cool. Yeah, no, and I get it too. I mean, developers only have so many assets and resources to work with. You don't want to overdo it. Like, get the essentials, get the feel. I think the feel's the most important part, and And
that's the thing. I feel like aesthetically, like, they definitely captured the spirit of each city.
Okay.
They've done that incredibly well.
Sure,
Manhattan feels as crowded and bustling as New York really does.
Oh,
Chicago is very much like, it feels like Manhattan light.
So I want to see Manhattan. Can I stay in the car until then, or are you going to kick
me
out
absolutely.
before
No,
that?
you can stay in the car as long as you like. We're going to drive like this forever.
Yeah, because I want to see Manhattan because I'm originally from the Bronx, but I've spent enough time in Manhattan to at least tell you, oh, man, that's
cool.
kind of
Well, the Bronx
accurate.
is actually a big area in the Manhattan
game.
Well, yeah.
Will they have the Bronx
They've
in
got,
here,
I think they've got 3 or 4 of the boroughs. They've got
What?
Brooklyn, they've got Queens, they've got the Bronx.
Do
I don't
you
know
hear that,
others.
Bronxites? We are finally represented in video games.
Never before.
Now,
never before and never again.
I think GTA 4 may have tried, but I don't remember it nailing it perfectly.
I don't
But it did get the
remember
vibe a little bit, right? Oh, no. When you're from New York and you play a video game that's based in New York, you try very hard to find the landmarks. And
of course.
The ones that try to get Manhattan definitely, get it right for the most part.
Yeah, see, I'm still waiting for a game that takes me to Boston. I was super disappointed when I drove up towards the East Coast that the East Coast here, when you're going north, goes Washington, D.C., then New York, and then Salem, Massachusetts, and then Maine.
What?
Yeah, well, I mean, Salem, to drive through Salem and the Cape Cod area, which is where I'm from in Massachusetts, was really cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to see like those areas and that architectural style. But I was really bummed that I couldn't drive through the terribly convoluted roadways of North Boston.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to point this out because my desk is not too far from here. I mean, obviously we're not really in a car, but I did notice when Ryan McCaffrey was in this car, there were a lot of white chicks singing going on here. Like, you want to talk about this? What's going on?
Well, it comes down to
it was a real road trip.
It was a real road trip. We had our mixtape. It was a beautiful thing. I hooked it into my phone, into the tape deck. Oh, whoa!
Okay,
what was that taxi cab trying to cross a freeway?
So typical.
Oh,
so
God.
typical. Those guys.
Florida drivers, man.
Yeah,
Florida
possibly.
drivers.
I mean, taxis drive the same everywhere, right? They all drive crazy for the most part.
What is happening right now? Zoe is talking about some kind of story nonsense.
Yeah, she said something in the Big Apple. That's all I caught.
Right. Okay, so because I was explaining this to Ryan a few episodes ago, since it's a beta, they have to have a level cap on it. Like Destiny's level cap is 8. This one is 10, and they don't stop you from being reminded that there are missions to complete after level 10.
Okay.
So she'll constantly contact you and be like, hey, you need to level up to do this next mission. And it's like, well, I'd love to, but I just can't do it. Ooh, an orange grove. Let's go pick some oranges.
Oh, there we go. Whoa, and we are off-road, ladies and gentlemen.
And
you know what?
Just like that.
For a beta, I'm impressed. What is this running off of exactly?
This is on a PC,
okay.
8 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 770 for the graphics card.
PC gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
PC
You're
gaming.
seeing it right now.
I mean, and to be fair, I mean, this is
bit,
exactly what I saw on the PlayStation 4 at E3.
Okay.
You know, I didn't see this much of the country. I wasn't able to get out and drive around, but graphically, it looks solid, and for the amount of space that you're actually given to roam around with. I mean, each one of these treks across the country both ways has taken well over an hour, and that was just driving straight ahead. That's without stopping to do any activities or going off-road to try and find secrets. And there are collectibles in the game. You can find every location, every area of the country has like its own unique style of car that you can like find parts for, and then assemble in your headquarter garage.
Cool.
I feel like this game is a game, because I really like driving, both in-game and in real life. Like, I just like the act of just driving kind of aimlessly.
Yeah, and sort of just, you know, see the sights or just pass around.
Exactly.
Try cool stunts of your own.
This is a game that I feel like I could very easily get lost in.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple questions then to follow up on that. All right. As far as oh man, I just had one on the tip of my tongue and it vanished. This is what happens with age. Like you start a question, and then as you ask the question vanishes. So kids at home, if you're watching this video, I am sorry.
Dude, you can't. Do not do that. That means that I have to apologize too. I mean, you can't be what, more than like 2 years older than me? Come on.
No comment.
All right, yeah, let's not talk about that.
It is a mystery. Yeah. Both of our ages.
We're both ageless. We're the Highlanders.
Try to find it. No. No. Okay, I got it. Social. As far as my understanding of this game too, when they first showed it to me and I got a chance to play it, sort of the social angle was a big deal for it. As far as the beta goes, are you seeing any of that at all?
Well, I've had there's nobody in my session right now, which I've kind of run into an issue with a lot in the beta. And I think that might be while Ubisoft tries and gets their servers together and gets everything all sorted out.
Okay.
I've yet to actually play this game with other people, aside from a few chance encounters on the highway.
Got it. Okay. Because my understanding is that in driving
that's why, because we're already here. We're in Miami.
Hey,
look at that.
How cool is that? Ooh, what airport is that?
That's the Miami International, I would assume.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, Miami Airport. There
very
it is.
Cool. Okay.
Let's head down south to the end of Miami. Oh, we can go to the Florida Keys too. That's super fun.
And you're just kind of zooming out, zooming back in.
Oh yeah. Well, the cool
I love
thing
that
is,
angle. Yeah.
Honestly, I could make this trip a lot shorter. If anywhere that you've been to on this map, you can zoom out from and then zoom back into.
Okay. This is very cool.
I think we might have broke it.
We broke it. No closed beta. How could you?
All right, so this is, again, a beta, so we got booted from the server, which is unfortunate.
Technical difficulties.
Indeed, but we're back. We're back on the road to Miami. Actually, let me set a waypoint while we're doing that.
Yeah, I noticed, so setting waypoints looks really easy, just like it has become in most games.
Yeah.
I did notice, though, that instead of putting the optimal path on the ground, they're putting the optimal path in the air, so it's almost like live GPS.
Yeah, well, you can also you can see above you that, okay, our waypoint didn't show up.
Yeah, beta, folks. Beta. Yeah, or it could have been human error.
It might have been me. I might have screwed something up.
Okay.
All right, so there it is. I think what it was is I backed out of the menu before I let the blue line show up.
Very cool.
But yeah, you'll notice when we get back into the actual game, you've noticed that the entire time we've been driving, but the waypoint line is above us. And I maintain that that's because there's a lot. You can get into areas where, like if we drive off the road, there's a lot of stuff in the way. And there's also no road for the GPS to go on. However, if we're going off in like a wider open space, see if I can get it to pop up over here, you can see that the waypoint marker, like the line that you're driving along, will actually... See, you can see it winding through the trees.
Oh, so it's trying to get you to turn around. And
it's trying to take you back onto the road.
Got it. Okay. All right, so a couple things.
Yes.
First one, since, I got to play it straight because that's my thing. Let's see. Okay, so right before you started this commentary with me, there were a bunch of other people in the room.
Well,
on the server with you.
You can see them around here. These little marks on the map.
Okay, excellent. And what I didn't realize, and that you showed me, is that there's real-time chat no matter where anyone is, it seems, right? They could be in other cities and other places.
Exactly.
So you and your buddies could just be driving in different cities.
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
To each other
if I'm in New York, and if you're in LA or Vegas or San Francisco or Seattle, you can hear me online. However, the one thing which I actually just discovered a minute ago, you can hear somebody on their mic rattling around right now, is that it's kind. I always thought it was kind of a pain in the butt to mute somebody. You had to go into their individual menus
and unmute them each at a time.
I actually just lost everybody in my server. There they all are.
Okay.
You can see this guy's talking right now. So you'd have to go through individually and mute them all.
That's what he was doing when we first stumbled on this.
But what I just found out is that there's this great button called Disable Voices that shuts up everybody. Every single person will stop talking to you. That was a huge help to me when I found that out like 8 minutes ago.
Okay. So in the spirit of an arcade racer and a game where you're driving but you can also take damage, is there ever really sort of a game over state? Like, can you fail a mission or fail just during open driving? Not during open driving.
Okay. You can absolutely fail during a mission, but the only consequence is that you'll have to play it again until you get it right.
Okay, got it.
You know, if you say, well, I guess if you fail in a mission mode, in free roam, I should say, you get arrested by the cops. And the only real penalty there is that you get fined about $500. It depends on what level you are, how much money you have. I think it's a percentage deal.
Okay.
You can see other racers. This is actually an organic event, it looks like, happening right now. You can see all of these police officers are chasing down.
Whoa. Okay,
I believe it's this other player, V. Orpy.
So have you broken the law in any of these Let's Plays?
Yes, absolutely. Marty got himself arrested.
Oh, you let Sleva drive?
Yeah, it was a bad idea. You can see actually at the top of the screen here, it's got a destruction meter. And if you are witnessed by police officers causing an inordinate amount or a huge amount of destruction, the police will be called on you and you'll have to escape them, or you can get arrested.
Okay.
There's a roadblock over here to our left. Of course, we get to Miami, and immediately the cops are everywhere.
Yeah.
And just Bad Boys 2 is happening.
Yep, exactly. No, it's true.
But yeah, so this is we finally made it to Miami.
Okay. And we did not drop a Will Smith reference to the song, unlike the little box that showed up when we first got here.
Correct.
If you want to rewind.
Yeah.
I didn't like that song, but that's just me. It's a
know.
full moon tonight, John.
It is. It's a beautiful full moon over Miami.
Yeah. No, this is really cool. I like it sort of has the Miami vibe. Again, Miami is just another city I haven't been to.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely have friends who are from there, though.
I've been to Tampa before.
Okay.
That was really okay.
Vacation or for pleasure?
Vacation as a young child.
I mean for work. I meant vacation or for pleasure. The same thing. Vacation,
pleasure, work, whatever.
Okay, got it. Yeah, we don't really go to. I guess we don't really go to Miami for a lot.
There's not a whole lot in our industry, at least, going on down there.
Okay.
But I remember going to Tampa and to like the theme parks in Florida when I was a kid a lot, which is great.
Got it. Okay.
But I mean, this very much feels like a Floridian city. If you've watched the show Dexter, you've seen a lot of Miami. And this seems fairly accurate. What I remember about Floridian cities, at least with Tampa and like the Orlando area, Jacksonville, the larger areas, especially Tampa, is it's a bunch of this very modern architecture kind of all over the place.
No, very much.
Surrounded by absolutely nothing outside it.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, Florida in general is the retirement state.
That's what they say. But they also have gator farms there, which is super awesome.
Wow, some of these cars parked really close to those pillars. They almost look like they had crashed. Neon lights kind of help too. It definitely reminds you of, just other games.
The South partying.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like it's like spring break time.
Yep.
I want to get out of the car, take my shirt off, which I won't though because I'm going to scare everybody.
Is that still a thing? Is spring break in Miami still a thing?
I think it's moved to like Daytona Beach. I don't really know.
Ah, okay.
It's been a while since I've been in college.
Yeah, me too.
And it's been even longer since I actually went on spring break.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I need a vacation. I haven't taken one, but
I'm taking one next week. It's going to be
great.
Oh,
I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Be.
Take me with you.
Nope.
All right. I'm going to Japan. It's okay.
Your
little card game doesn't go to Japan, so
maybe DLC.
Maybe DLC. Just show up in the island.
Yeah. I'm banking that Alaska and Hawaii will be the DLC.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Well, so this has been Miami. I think this is a good place to take a break, pull over for the night, and rest up before we head up the East Coast tomorrow.
All right.
So for everything else related to The Crew and its upcoming release in November 2014, Jose, where should people keep it tuned to?
They should keep it tuned to IGN.
Yes, they should. All right, let's go cause some havoc.